off on his way.
Oh dear.
Goodness me.
Problems there.
Hey, look at that!
Have you ever seen anything like that?
And here comes Hurst. He's got some people on the pitch. They think it's all over. It is now.
Hello and welcome to They Think It's All Over. With Rory and Gary is the Aston Villa and England centre-forward. A special treat for Gary, as it's the last time he'll be this close to a Premiership footballer for several years. Dion, Dublin. With David and Jonathan is one of the stars of the royal family, so he'll feel at home surrounded by a bearded fat slob, a lazy good-for-nothing and a doddery old grandmother. Ralf Little. We open the show with Sporting Bluff, where the teams decide who on the other side is speaking the truth and who is about as trustworthy as an Alex Ferguson smile. Gary, Rory and Dion, your question involves a link between the film Hannibal and these three fine footballers.
McAllister. Oh, McAllister has scored a fantastic goal! Joachim. Dublin to his right. Joachim getting the ball stuck beneath his feet, but he's emerged with it and is equalised! Keane's arriving, here's Roy Keane! It's 4.
The film Hannibal features Liverpool midfielder Gary McAllister.
The film Hannibal features Aston Villa striker Julian Joachim.
The film Hannibal features Man United hard man Roy Keane.
OK, so which is it, Gary's team?
Eddie, I don't talk about Gary McAllister, because he plays for Liverpool.
Yeah, they beat your team, Arsenal.
But I have to say, we were robbed. Mind you, 30,000 Scousers in one place. What do you expect?
Question Dion's team spirit, but is there any chance we could just look at that again, just to test his reaction to his teammates' goal? If you look at the bottom right of the picture, you'll see Dion.
Getting the ball stuck beneath his feet, but
What's
he's
this?
emerged with it and is equalised!
Looks a shade disappointed.
Well, then you'd be disappointed. He's one behind me now, mate. I've got 9 goals, he's got 8. I can't see Roy Keane being in a film because he'd have to take a wage cut, wouldn't he?
That's just... I can just imagine it. He said, I'm not working with that psychopath, says Hannibal Lecter. You know, they did a film of Gary's football career in Japan, 9.5 weeks. And you were in that sex film, weren't you? Ears Wide Shut.
Much better than the movie that Rory was in.
Sheepy, sheepy, bang, bang.
OK, let's do everybody
Or it could be What Women Don't Want. I think the answer would be Julian Joachim. This is just something I've been told. I think Julian Joachim was in the back of one of the scenes behind Hannibal on a TV screen.
OK, so you think David was telling the truth. Let's see if you're right. Absolutely. Excellent. 3 points. Yeah, 3 points. David did indeed tell the truth. Bizarrely, Joachim appears scoring a goal for Aston Villa on TV in a Florence police station. Critics said that many aspects of the plot of Hannibal were scarcely believable. Aston Villa in Europe, for instance. Anthony Hopkins now says he's unlikely to play the part of Hannibal Lecter for a 3rd time. But where else will they find someone whose face instantly inspires that much fear and terror? No, that's better. Gary McAllister has taken a lot of stick in the press this week after photos were published of him in his younger days. I mean, have you ever seen anyone looking as ridiculous as that? Oh, my God! David, Jonathan and Ralph, it's the winner of snooker's recent Benson and Hedges Masters, Paul Hunter, for you. In the final, Hunter started out playing dismally and was 6-2 down at the break. But after that, he staged a remarkable comeback to win 10-9 in front of a huge TV audience. So, what happened during that 2.5-hour break to turn Hunter into a world beater, Gary's team?
Paul Hunter went back to his hotel to be hypnotised by Paul McKenna.
Paul Hunter went back to his hotel and played a Steve Davis motivational tape. Can there be such a thing?
Well, it can't be that one then, Gary, can it?
Nice touch.
Might fool them.
Paul Hunter went back to his hotel and ravished his girlfriend.
So, did Paul Hunter get hypnotised, listen to the wise words of Steve Davis, or pleasure his girlfriend? David's team.
We should commiserate, actually, before we start with Rory, because it was a sad loss for your team at the weekend, and I do feel bad for you that you lost. So we should give a big R for Rory, I think, everybody.
Yeah.
And also, you know, to see football, to see the match at the new home of British football, ITV was quite nice as well. So commiserations to Gary, because you're going to be out of work now. And big commiserations to your wife, because I know Mrs L liked you out of the house on a Saturday night. And of course... And of course, Steve Ryder knocks off at 6 o'clock, if you know what I mean. So,
But Rory said the word ravished.
Yeah.
And Nick said the word pleasured, which isn't necessarily, in I'm sure Rory's experience, the same thing.
no.
Do I know you? I like to hear Jonathan say ravished.
Who are we? That's the one I can't get. Ravished is a piece of piss.
Say,
Is that what it
Rory
costs now?
ravished a Ferrari.
Rory ravished the red Ferrari. Hypnosis. You ever been hypnotised? I think Rafe is under hypnosis at the moment. He thinks he's on TV, but in actual fact, he's in double maths. And there's a big boy behind him writing Gaylord on his shirt. But it's nice to have someone younger on the show. You must be looking forward to voting for the first time. It's going to be exciting. Do you remember your first vote?
Actually true, yeah.
Remember the first time you voted? That Disraeli was one hell of a leader, wasn't he? They don't make them like that anymore, do they? Do you think the world of snooker and sex are linked anyway? Is sort of snooker a sexy sport?
Depends if you missed the pink and pot the brown. You're always talking about sex, you.
I'm obsessed
You know,
by it.
what was it you were asking us in the green room earlier?
I was asking, when was the last time anyone...
No, don't do that.
We want to know, don't we?
I wanted to know, and not everyone answered.
I wasn't there.
He pretended he didn't even hear it.
No, he didn't hear it.
I have to say, I'm sorry, love. I have to say I quickly walked out for coffee so as not to have to answer.
It wasn't a coffee you went out for, young man.
Go on then, let's have an answer.
It's probably the shagging.
It's got to be sex.
So you think that Rory was telling the truth? Let's see if you're correct.
Yeah. Well done, Dave.
Yes, indeed. When Ronnie O'Sullivan won the World Championship last week, his jailbird dad was confined to his prison cell and had to follow the action through signals from other inmates. A finger click meant his son was at the table. A tap meant Higgins was potting. And a high-pitched yelp meant Ronnie Biggs was getting the traditional welcome back in the showers. According to the News of the World, Steve Davis once took a girl fan back to his hotel for a 6-hour sex session. That's 1 hour of sex and 5 hours walking around the bed, lining up his shots. And at the end of that round, David's team have 3 points and Gary's team have 3 points. We introduce a brand new round now. It's called lip reading, all about the heated words sportsmen exchange during unguarded moments. David's team, here's a typically friendly mass punch-up between Chelsea and Arsenal, started by Chelsea's Dennis Wise, who cunningly walks away before the fight actually kicks off. Now, we've asked a lip-reading expert to tell us what Dennis Wise was saying there, but first of all, David's team, what do you think went on?
I think he said, You take that back, Frenchie. I'm telling you that one day he will be as good as Barry Norman.
Well, French, of course, is the language of love, traditionally, not the language of anger and violence. And
Here we go
Gary, I
again,
think
back
you
to
could
Sam.
do well learning some of that lingo, because I know, because Mrs. L has told me sometimes that she said that sometimes you're at home, you're cuddling up together, a nice evening in, and you've got the Piat d'Or chilling nicely in the fridge. And you're just digesting some of Bernard Matthews' finest cuisine, and maybe you're watching the closing dramatic scenes of Titanic, and Michelle has a hanky out to wipe the little tears away from your cheeks, and then you lean over and romantically say, in your lovely Leicester accent, fancy having it off, love. And that's what you're going to do. And what you want to do, you want to say to her, je t'adore, je t'aime. Veux-tu regarder mon ménage à toi avec Jonathan Ross? And then you'll be speaking. They're the words she's waiting to hear, my friend.
Menage a twat.
He doesn't know what it means. It's just a new crisp flavour he's got to sell. No, I think the French there were claiming that they could score a goal from a free kick, and Dennis Wise was kindly pointing out, you can't, you French can't.
Give me one other bad word he used.
I asked Rory if it was the C word, and he said, what, Chelsea? Bastard.
I'll give you 3 points for that.
Thank you very much. Well done.
Very good. You're scoring.
Inspiration.
According to our expert, Wise said about Vieira, he's such a twat, you arse, Perez, you way off loser, you bastard, what are you saying? To which Claudio Ranieri replied, it's 4:30. Last year, Dennis Wise's 4-month-old son became the first child to ascend the Wembley steps with the team. The little chap toddled up in his tiny Chelsea kit, watched by his adoring proud son. Gary's team, all those hours spent watching foreign films without subtitles, should help you with this one. It's Eric Cantona causing 2 journalists to walk out of a French football programme.
Qui représentent leurs médias et qui sont aussi...
Qui avait ses gabarits, là.
Non, mais c'est pas... Eric, ce sont des journalistes qui posent des questions et on...
Je veux même pas que mon image apparaisse à côté de gens comme ça.
On peut pas toujours être d'accord ensemble. Les uns et les autres ont le droit...
Au revoir, messieurs.
Ont le droit...
Au revoir, messieurs.
Ont le droit de... Donnez-leur. Non, messieurs, je vous en prie.
Ça m'étonne pas.
Messieurs, je vous en prie. Non, Christian Olivier et Patrick Corbini.
So, what is it that Eric said that caused the 2 journalists to walk out, Gary's
I
team?
want a menage a trois with Jonathan Ross.
Yes, Gary, but could you answer the question?
I think he's quoting Molière. I think he says, j'ai conçu pour la race humaine une haine incroyable, c'est qu'ils ont la faim dans je l'ai pas.
Yeah. What does it translate as? Let's get on with the show.
It translates as, where's Spot? Spot's in the room. Is Spot behind the door? Let's see. No, Spot isn't there. That's what it translates as.
I do speak fluent French, but unfortunately Cantona was speaking fluent bollocks there. So I need a translator. Is Chris Eubank still here?
I wouldn't be surprised.
You just hear at the beginning him saying, je vais pisser sur toi or something. Pisser sur vous. I'm going to piss all over you. Something like that.
Yeah, I'll give you 3 points for that. That's enough of the... Well, the full quote is, the English press were able to recognise my talent by voting me the best player in England, but the French press, who had labelled me indefensible, made no mention of that. Look at these small fry, I could piss on them.
It was actually a little bit unfair, really, because bear in mind Rory can speak fluent French.
Yes. Yeah.
So really, he should have had to lip read in fluent French.
You've got Rory, right, who is a graduate in modern languages from the University of Cambridge, and 2 professional footballers. So... Cantona was recently voted Manchester United's greatest asset of all time, just ahead of the gift shop pricing gun. Time. During his career, Cantona has smashed his boot into a teammate's face, been handcuffed after punching an official, has fought with Turkish police and has threatened the ref. One more crime and he'll be flown back here by the sun. And at the end of that round, David's team have 6 points and Gary's team have 6 points.
Yeah, we're still in.
It's the return of our self-explanatory what's going on round now. David's team, feast your eyes on this England training session.
Was it after this that, for the first time ever, the words wisdom and Beckham appeared in the same sentence?
Was that the moment, was that the tragic and rather sad moment when David Beckham was introduced to Brooklyn's biological father? I'm just guessing, but I understand that Norman Wisdom did work his way through all the Spice Girls, because he is hung like a yak! Have a look at that bit where he's walking again. Have a look at that bit at the beginning. It's like a pendulum, it's pulling it one way or the other.
The Albania thing, wasn't it?
Norman's big in Albania.
Absolutely right for 3 points, yes, well done. Yes, that was just prior to England's World Cup qualifier in Albania when Norman Wisdom visited the England training ground. Norman wasn't just at the training session by chance. Sven had hired him to teach Emil Heskey how to fall over more convincingly. Gary's team, take a look at this.
That's one of Rory's dreams, wasn't it? Cowden beef versus Huddersfield.
It's freezing out there. I'm giving an example of the sort of joke he would do. Obviously, I wouldn't choose to do that joke.
But Nick, that wasn't a bad joke, but then you had to go and milk it.
Well, at least I had the bottle.
Did we see Steve Bull in that clip, maybe?
How many more? You're all joking, but that clip frightened the life out of me. That was like a frightening vision of the future where cows rule the world. Playing football with a giant ball made out of human skin. And watch a lovely TV, light-hearted sports quiz show like this where everyone on it is a cow, apart from me, because even in that world I can still get the cow ladies to lactate lovingly.
Jonathan, did you get the horn?
That's what they watch. They think it's all Clover.
Oh, please, God, let me die now.
Hey, Nick, finally we've made a show we can show before 6. It's the kids' version.
I know this because it was during Euro 2000 and we were actually driving to the very game that they were duplicating. It was Holland against Italy, semi-final, and they were sort of duplicating the match, really.
Correct for 3 points, yeah. I didn't see them, I wouldn't say you. That was filmed during Euro 2000 when Dutch farmers Eric and Caroline Weyer decided to introduce the sport of cow football to the world. It's a lot more boring than ordinary football, but at least you get to find out in advance when rain will stop play. It's also the only football where the fans shout, "Who's in all the pies?" And at the end of that round, David's team have 9 points and Gary's team have 9 points. Time now for our regulars to get a grip as we play Field the Sportsman. David and Jonathan, you're first this week, if you'd like to take your positions, gentlemen.
Last week, this was the time in the show when Chris Eubank tried to impregnate us with something he'd made earlier, wasn't it? So stay seated, please. Well, no, you probably you could do it from sitting down, I imagine.
And can we have our first mystery guest, please? OK, and your time starts now.
Midriff.
Yeah.
Oh. I think I know what it was. I'm going in again. Cover me. Hello.
What have you... Just tell me what you found. Give me a clue, because I've got...
I tell you what. I'm confused now. I am confused. Only my right arm's that big. I tell you what, I'm confused, but I'm getting dangerously aroused as well.
No change there, then.
I think it's Jordan and one of them slipped up. Am I right?
Hold it. If it's a lead balloon, is this Gary's career?
She's a big girl. She's strong.
Yeah.
Is she a lady wrestler?
Nope.
Well, shot putter, you twat.
Shot putter. Has she been made...
Come on, who's our most famous lady shot putter?
Is it Judy Oaks?
Is it Judy Oaks, indeed?
Oh, a bit of old comedy there for you.
Beautifully done. Now do it as a balloon. You're right, Ralph. Yeah, happy. Gary and Rory, please, to your positions. Nice shirt. Sold many of those deck chairs. Can we have our second mystery guest, please?
We're looking like a pint of Guinness now, by the way.
And Ralph said, David. OK. And your time starts now.
I felt a huge draft. Was that you opening your mouth, Jonathan?
Rory, take 3 steps forward very quickly. Go on, son. Go on, son.
Jesus, what's this?
No, it's not Jesus.
The bloke having a shit.
Yes, it's Steve Harrison.
I don't often say that I can't tell which end is which.
Oh, it's... Hang on.
It's a ski. What do you think? Is it a skier?
Yes.
Downhill skier. Skiing with
No, he's
slow.
only on his bloody head.
Speed skier.
Yes,
They just got it. You got it. OK, so at the end of that round, David's team have 12 points and Gary's team have 12 points. We end it all with a name game, and this week all our names are the names of sports teams from around the world. The leaders goes first, but as it's level, David's team can go first. Ralph, could you pass those along, please?
Come on.
Thank you, Ralph.
Good luck, Jonathan.
90 seconds, as many names as you can get, starting now.
They won the cup at the weekend. They were a football team. Liverpool, that's them.
That's all we needed.
The second one, they were muscular animals known for their huge horns. Sit down, Dion. I'm not talking about you. They live in the wild.
Oxen, buffalo.
No. They're muscular. They go up there. We're poachers like to chop the bit off. They think it's an aphrodisiac. They're like unicorns. Rhinos. And they come from up north. They're a rugby league team. And Leeds Rhinos, well done you. OK, these are my beloved team, the Mighty Potholders. The lovely team. That's it, Stoke City. Well done. Yeah. OK, this is... the bloke who directed the first Beatles movie was Richard... God. You are so bloody ignorant. Yeah.
Well, you're quite ignorant.
You used to play for them.
When you said Leicestershire.
Well, there you go.
The first time.
Because I've blanked out most of your career like everyone else in the country. and at night you walk out and you'll often tread on something horrible and slippery. And the first name, what do I look like in this suit? What sort of fruit?
Ridiculous.
Peel me. That's right, there, banana slugs. All right, first, this is a team, I think they're named after a mustachioed dictator.
Hitler.
No, there's no team called Hitler. What's the Hitler United?
No, he's got a moustache.
The other one, Hussein.
Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, well, Saddam, Estonian football team, I believe that. All right, OK. The first thing, there was a giant monkey terrorised New York City, took fake rain, they were plural.
Kongs.
Kongs, the first name is a bear, pretends he's got one bad eye like Gabrielle.
I've just got a terrible feeling that's not the first time you've worn that suit and gone, peel me, peel me. You just get that feeling. But 7 will win it for you. Dion, pass those to Rory, please. Thank you.
Come on. Come on.
Your time starts now.
Rugby team, small buzzy things. David's hung like wasps. Wasps, yeah. Just relegated a crappy club that you used to play for.
Coventry City.
Very good. You said knew it immediately. Oh dear. This is a Finnish basketball team, and the first name, somebody who presses their horn a lot, is a bit of a...
Arsehole.
Well, you know, if you...
Honker.
Honker, yeah, and the second thing is those magazines you used to get when you were a kid.
Fino, Dandy.
You have no...
Playboy.
Yeah, Honker Playboy is very good. This is a Kyrgyzstan football team. You know when you're having a piss in the snow? And you think, oh, just draw a little picture.
We've all done it.
That is, what do you call that?
Art.
Art. And what you used, you know, instead of a paintbrush?
No.
Cock art. This is a cycling club. Oops, shit, I didn't know why.
Cycling club.
Yeah, hang on, but the first word is a form of childbirth when, you know, you come out of the sunroof.
Cesarean.
Yeah, that's right. This is Belgrade used to have a team called it's a colour and it should but they're packages. You send them through the post. Parcels. This is French Stadium. Stade. And this is a cross between mayonnaise and sanitary towels. Tampon.
Mayors.
Tamponers, yeah. There's a dog's home there. No,
What am I going to do about this cycling club business?
yeah.
I'm feeling generous. I'm going to let you get away with cycling club, which means that the final scores are David's team have 18 and Gary's team have 19.
I don't want to lose in an England shirt. Unlike
Nobody wants to lose in an England shirt.
But it's our birthright.
Yeah. So, our thanks to Gary, Rory and Dion, David, Jonathan and Ralph. We're all off to watch the pilot show of Gary's cow match of the day. My name's Nick Hancock. They think it's all over. It is now.
Some people are on the pitch. Ah, when invasions were seen as quaint. Later on we'll bring you the hit, ooh, it's a riot. And duck, he's throwing a bottle. But before all that, the partridge on UKG2.